Hey, what's up? This is Jesse with HBOMax, and today we're talking about some huge news from our friends Lords of the Longbox, The Black Knight, and Mikey Sutton. It's news about the future of the cinematic story of Greg Berlanti and what to expect from the upcoming HBO Max. Before we begin though, I do want to thank you whether it's your first time here or you're back for more for watching JL's Comics. Don't forget to subscribe as we upload content just like this every single week. Alright, let's jump into our video here. As the streaming wars continue to escalate, everyone is vying for market share in the OTT streaming space, meaning over the top, and it bypasses the cable box. From Netflix and Hulu to new players like Disney Plus and HBO Max, it's the next evolution in home entertainment. In October of 2018, Warner Media announced that it would be launching its own OTT, and now, a year later, October 2019, we learned that it will be launching in May of 2020 and costing $14.99 per month. However, if you have HBO Now already, it will be no additional cost for access. So how do you go from announcement to launch in just a year and a half? How do you position yourself as a major player in such a condensed amount of time? The answer is quite simple. You buy exclusive streaming rights, you contract with a bevy of quality directors for exclusive content, and you take the stalled and shelved theatrical projects and move them to your new service. Script writing, edits, concepts are already done so you can work within your truncated time frame effectively. You see, HBO Max wants to have the content to compete with Disney Plus's Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, and Disney content, and enough of it to be competitive with Netflix. But Warner Media, parent company to DC Comics, needs its own Kevin Feige, its own creative coordinator to steer the ship onto the proper coordinates, and their answer: Greg Berlanti. Berlanti is infamous for his 2011 Green Lantern film starring Ryan Reynolds, although to be fair, the final treatment wasn't his. Berlanti went on to create the highly regarded CW Arrowverse, aka the Berlantiverse, with its crossover stories between Flash and Arrow, then Supergirl as she moved to CW from her former home. And later they added Legends of Tomorrow. While this was happening, DC continued to falter in the film space, with Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman, and Justice League being generally panned by audiences. There were a variety of projects in development with DC as they tried to ramp up their theatrical release slate based on the shared universe DC Comics properties. Cyborg, Justice League 2, Green Lantern Corps for example, but these were stalled and shelved as DC repivoted and moved towards a more standalone or loosely connected slate. At the same time, working on bringing DC Universe streaming online. But even with DC Universe, budgetary restrictions slowed progress and even halted it, as is the case with Swamp Thing. Some of these film projects made it through, like Aquaman is getting a sequel, Shazam's getting a sequel, spinning off with Black Adam, Wonder Woman of course has a sequel coming up next year, even as they lost Batfleck and Henry Cavill. Other projects evolved into other things, like Gotham City Sirens evolving into Birds of Prey, and Flashpoint becoming whatever Ezra Miller co-wrote with Grant Morrison. Other projects were shelved, like Joss Whedon's Batgirl, Green Lantern Corps, Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke, and Jared Leto's Joker and Harley. So this is the pool that Warner will dip into, tapping Berlanti to coordinate it all, while at the same time still overseeing his Arrowverse on the CW channel. Green Lantern, Strange Adventures with Adam Strange, Booster Gold, Deathstroke, Swamp Thing, these will all end up in this Berlanti Max world. One source says that they actually have 10 films currently in development for HBO Max, with others being in various stages of pre-production. Deathstroke is said to be getting a live-action series for HBO Max, but it's unclear who will play the part. Joe Manganiello was cast as Deathstroke for the Snyder films, Manu Bennett played Slade Wilson on CW's Arrow, and Esai Morales is playing him for DC Universe's Titans Season 2. So whether Berlanti pulls one of these actors for the role or casts someone new entirely remains to be seen. The next piece of the puzzle is a big earth-shattering revelation. Initially scooped by The Black Knight and Lords of the Longbox back in July of 2019, scooper Mikey Sutton has recently reconfirmed that Kingdom Come is moving closer to becoming a live-action adaptation on either HBO Max or the CW. The linchpin there is Greg Berlanti. Berlanti will have to find another major crossover event for the next season of his CW shows, and we know that Brandon Routh will be playing a Kingdom Come suited Superman for this year's Crisis on Infinite Earths event. So it would fit from a narrative perspective for it to be next season's event. And to be fair, content is not stopping for CW. We know Batwoman just came out. We also have a new announcement that Superman and Lois Lane is in the works from the series, starring Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch. And there is a series on the way as well, starring Mia Smoke, Laurel Lance, and Dinah Drake, called The Canaries. But at the same time, the HBO Max slate needs to be scaled up, and scaled up quickly. And the larger budget would allow for the greater production value with the actors, the CGI, the works. With Berlanti at the helm of both, it could go either way, and it's still early in the development phase. Here's more of what Mikey Sutton said about the project. Captain Marvel was forbidden from being involved in the project before, but that might be the case anymore. Zachary Levi is not expected to play Shazam here. The Spectre will play a huge role, as well as the Alan Scott incarnation of Green Lantern and Power Girl. Again, it's early and steadily evolving. If it ends up on HBO Max, expect a significantly bigger budget with more characters added. End quote. As an Elseworlds imprint at DC Comics, Kingdom Come was published in 1996. It came from the creative minds of Alex Ross and Mark Waid. It was many things, like being the best Elseworlds story ever told. It was a statement on the extreme 90s and the new breed of hero that was taking over the industry at the time. And for Alex Ross and Mark Waid, it was one of the best stories that they've ever been a part of. I'm really excited to see Alan Scott, the Spectre, Power Girl. They're characters that I've long been waiting to see on screen, and now it seems like we might finally have a chance for that to be realized. And that's it for this one, my friends. In the comment section below, tell me what you'd prefer. Would you like to see Kingdom Come show up on HBO Max with a bigger budget, aligning more with the theatrical release budgets? Or would you like to see it as the next event on the Arrowverse on the CW channel? Let me know what you think. As always, I do look forward to your thoughts. Feel free to subscribe to be a part of all of our videos, new and old, and share this with your friends. I'm Jesse, this is JLS Comics, and I'll see you soon.